Hello students. In this session we are going to look at a very important topic called neighboring group participation in SN reaction, substitution nucleophilic reaction, right? And this effect is also known as anchimeric effect, anchimeric assistance or anchimerically assisted reactions, right? So normally what happens, an atom which is present in the beta of the leaving group, that atom should carry a lone pair of electrons and it should be present closer to the leaving group. That is, it should be at the beta position to the leaving group. Sometimes will participate in the elimination of that leaving group and will help the intermediate to get stabilized, right? Due to this, a retention of configuration will result. So it consists of two consecutive SN2 substitution reactions with the inversion of configuration, right? So two double inversion will lead to retention of configuration. That is an important thing that happens in neighboring group participation. The second one is the rate of the reaction is observed to be around 1,000 times faster than the normal SN reactions. And since the nucleophile is not going to take part in the slowest step, the nucleophile concentration doesn't matter, so it will look like an SN1 reaction, right? So we are going to see these reactions in detail. Let us understand the mechanism of action. I have a leaving group over here, and to the beta position I have a group called Z which carries a lone pair of electrons. Now what happens, this Z attacks this carbon which forces the leaving group to go out. So L goes as L minus, right? That is a leaving group. And since the nucleophile attacks from the back side, that is opposite side, it looks like SN2 reaction, right? And this is the slowest step. This is a slow step, and that's why it is known as rate determining step, fine? Now this will result in the cyclic intermediate, right? Z will form a cyclic intermediate. Z will carry a positive charge, right? Now what happens, in the second step, the nucleophile will come from the opposite side and it will attack this carbon. So this bond will break like this, and thus the generation of final product. So you will get, so your nucleophile will be attached here. So this will result in retention of configuration, and of course the attack of nucleophile will also SN2, right? Because it attacks from the opposite side. So two SN2 reactions, two inversion will give you retention of configuration. Now such reactions are known as anchimeric reactions or anchimerically assisted reactions. Now here we can understand that the rate of the reaction doesn't depend upon the concentration of nucleophile, as the slowest step doesn't involve the nucleophile, right? So I can write like a rate is equal to K into only substrate, not the nucleophile. That's why it is SN1. And this reaction is very fast. It is faster than conventional SN1 reaction, 1,000 times faster than the conventional SN1 reaction. Now let us see how oxygen acts as a neighboring group, right? Now we have a compound called 2-bromo-propionic acid, right? Now when this 2-bromo-propionic acid is subjected to an alkaline solution, when it is treated in alkaline solution, what happens? This OH minus will of course removes this hydrogen as H plus. So this oxygen is about to get negative charge, right? So I can remove this hydrogen directly and it will leave us water initially. So water will be left, right? Now this carboxylate ion will now attack this carbon, right? So now this will attack here. So bromine will be a leaving group. So bromine will be leaving, and this reaction, this step is slow step and it is known as rate determining step, right? So cyclic intermediate will be forming, okay, CH3 CH, and with this one C double bond O, right? Your oxygen will be like this. It will form a cyclic intermediate. Now it is an inversion reaction, right? Because the carboxylate, the oxygen carrying negative charge, attacks from the backside of the leaving group. So surely it should be SN2 reaction. Now what happens? The OH minus ion will come from again from this side, from the opposite side, and attacks to the same carbon where bromine is attached. Now again this bond will be broken and we will get the final product, that is CH3 CHOH and CO minus O. So this is nothing but a lactate ion, right? Lactate ion. But remember one thing, the second step is also a kind of SN2 reaction because OH minus attacks from the opposite side. So two SN2 reactions will result in the retention of configuration. So double inversion will lead to retention. So that is why it is here the configuration will be retained. Another important thing is we need to take dilute alkali solution. Dilute solution of alkali should be taken. If we take a concentrated alkali, then SN2 reaction will be predominant. Will be predominant. Neighboring group participation will be restricted, and SN2 reaction will be more favored. That is an important exception in this reaction. Now, in this compound, sulfur can act as a neighboring group, right? This is a good example for the hydrolysis of this compound. Okay, so in the first step, sulfur is present in the beta position, will attack here, which will facilitate the elimination of chloride ion. So chloride ion is the leaving group, and since the attack is from backside, it is as an SN2 reaction, so inversion will happen, right? And this is the slowest step, so that's why it is known as a rate determining step. So an intermediate, which is nothing but a cyclic one, will form, right? This is how an intermediate will form. And now water molecule will attack from the opposite side. Now the oxygen in the water molecule will attack this side, which will force the breakage of this bond. So you will get that, right? OH will be eliminated, OH2, after this hydrogen will be eliminated, H plus will be eliminated, so we will get that this product. Fine. Here sulfur acts as the neighboring group, which will facilitate the elimination of chlorine and the substitution of this one. Again, the water attack is from the opposite side, and it is also SN2 reaction. So two SN2 reaction will result in the retention of configuration. Now let us see how halogens can act as a neighboring group, right? So here we have a compound in which bromine is at beta position to OH. Now when this compound is treated with HBr, okay, HBr, this lone pair of electrons on oxygen will attack this hydrogen, due to which this hydrogen bromine bond will break. So bromide ion will be leaving, and this hydrogen will be protonated, right? So I can just directly take it as the protonated, this one, right? Protonated. And what happens after protonation? A positive charge will be generated on this carbon, which will attract the lone pair of electrons on this bromine, right? So this bromine will come and attack from the backside. So water will be the leaving group. So when water leaves, this reaction looks like a SN2 reaction, since the attack is from backside. So this step is actually a very slow step. So it is a rate determining step, of course. So a cyclic intermediate will be the product, will be the intermediate that will result. So we can write like this. Hydrogen will be here, and you will have a bromonium ion cyclic intermediate will result, right? Now the bromide ion, which has left in the first step, will come and attack either at this carbon or at this carbon, right? Due to which the bromine carbon bromine bond will be broken, and you will get a racemic mixture over here. Will be broken, and you will get a racemic mixture over here. Racemic mixture, right? So we will get a compound like this: CH3, Br, CH, H, and bromine over here, and either this compound or the other compound like CH3, C, H, Br over here, and bromine over here. So they are racemic mixtures. Okay, racemic mixtures. Of course, I have taken a thiero compound. This is a thiero compound. We know what is thiero compound. It is a diastereomer which has like groups on opposite side, right? If like groups are present on the same side, it is known as erythro. We know that. So now thiero compound is taken, then we will get a racemic mixture. This is what we need to understand. If thiero compound is taken, racemic mixture will be obtained. I write here, students, please note it down. If thiero compound is taken, then it will lead to racemic mixture. Whereas if I take erythro compound, then I will get a meso compound. So this is very, very important. It will be asked in competitive examinations. In lot of examinations, this concept has been asked. Okay. So all the best. Thank you, students. Happy